So anyway, today I have to watch a crash, but it won't be till this afternoon, so Roy's coming over and we're going to go ahead and fill these block. And we're going to show you what we're going to do with this here. And over here, we have another one that we have to fill up. I've measured all these because when I put my sill plate on, I'm going to put another plate on top of that to build my walls up. And figuring 16-inch centers, or that's where the 2x4 walls are going to go. They're going to line up with these or with these. I don't have to worry too much about where I put the bolts. Although I got to remember, obviously, I'm going to have approximately 3 inches here because you have your two 2x4s coming up. It's actually going to be more than that because you got to figure out your wall corner if you're going to sheetrock it or whatever. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. And yes, it's beautiful sunny. We had rain yesterday. It was actually during the night, and it was enough to wet the cement here, and that's all we had. You can see we got chemtrails up there and very few clouds. So, oh, Roy's here. I guess we're gonna go ahead and get ready to pour. Okay, Roy's getting ready. We went ahead and drilled holes in here. We did have two, obviously, and we have a smaller board on the other side. It doesn't matter, this is just scrap stuff that we're using because the only thing we're doing is just a quick light form. Don't have anything really pressure in it. And we use this, I don't know what they call this. I call it crap wire. That's super cheap. It'll rust just breathing on it, so that's why it's so cheap. And it's meant for things like tying up rebar, and if you're a country person, you might even tie up your fences with it. But we have this plywood here. Like I say, it's just scrap stuff. And we got a couple, see them over here, holes. We put these screws in here, or any piece of metal, so you can tighten these up once you have it in place. And like I say, as long as you're not rough with it, and it's just light cement, it's not a whole wall, it should do pretty good. And how do we know? Because when we did the Connex, there's a few of them over there we had to do. I'll get you a couple more. Oh, you got them there, okay? A couple more screws to the other side. And today we're gonna fill the block while we fill these in. And we'll go ahead and put the anchor bolts in to hold the sill plate. And it's not a heart attack to get this level with the top of the brick, because you're going to go across this way to make sure it's level. Oop, come back here. Yep, pushing against the brick. Okay, like I say, that's close enough for who it's for. This one's that don't fall off is ready. Now let's go to the bigger one over here. I've got one of those 2x12s. You notice these are warped. I'm going to put the warp part in on both sides so it doesn't stand out as bad compared to something that sticks out or is crooked. It's going to show. Yeah, I know this is crooked as hell, but we're dealing with what we got. Let's see. This one here is less warped. Get rid of the dirt. These are just boards I found around the place. Been mowing over them. Hadn't heard them yet. So
Obviously haven't grown.
So he gave him a little twist on the back just to hold him in place. Now feed it through the other board and do the same thing. Now he's twisting the wire, and a little bit later I'll show you inside here. Not sure if you can see it, but it's has a twist to it. That's what's tightening these up. Now the more important one is this one down here, because it needs to be really tight so these don't collapse in when we start pulling these in. This one over here, let alone that one. Mainly because we don't have nothing to hold this board from going in except the bottom. Okay, here goes the camera. So you can see here, this here's twisted. Like I say, that's what makes the tension. That one down there isn't twisted yet, but it's on its way. Starting to get a little bit windy here, I see. I'm just using my camera mic, so you might have heard some blur. I might try to get rid of it, we'll see. Okay, so it's basically in there. He's shaking the hell out of it. You don't really have to, as long as he's just chesting it so it doesn't just get carried away on us. So, okay, let me pause this for a second. So these are our anchor bolts we're going to use. Put those down in the cement. After it hardens, take the washer, put that on, tighten the nut up on with the 2x6 down here or 2x4, whatever you're using. But you gotta let the cement cure, because you'll pull these right out of the fresh cement. So you have to wait about a month or so. We're gonna see what goes on here. What I did when I did the Connex is I went ahead and just finger tightened these, and I wasn't in any hurry there, so this spring I went ahead and tightened them up. Now I'm hoping to do it sooner here, but it's not a heart attack, so I'm planning on drilling a bigger hole in the sill plate, the upper sill plate, so that way I can get the wrench down in there and tighten it down later. And I'm going to use probably spray foam instead of the, what do they call that, like bubble wrap, but it's not bubble wrap.
I don't know what they call it. Draft.
The stuff they use for packing fragile stuff. Anyway, that they have a pink stuff that you roll out on there, and what's meant for is to keep the leaks or wind from blowing through. Well, like I say, once I get it down, before I put the siding on, I'll squirt some, we'll call it non-expanding, or the ones for the windows and doors foam. And that's what I've done around the house already, trying to catch some of these leaks where Dad didn't quite get the mortar and the brick. I mean, did I say that out loud? Oh, I'll delete that. Okay, we got the anchor bolts set approximately where we want them. Darn wind. So this is going to make it easier when we're busy with the cement to remember where we want to set them. And you got to remember to set them so the threads still work. You set them too deep, then you won't even be able to get the nut on there. And if you set it too high, you won't be able to thread it tight. So here we go. Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know, inside the motor of the cement mixer, right inside there somewhere, there's a bee nest in there, which I think it's those, they could be little hornets, or I don't think they were the paper wasps. But just same, they don't seem to be bothering us. They're not too happy we keep turning that on. But here we're going to go ahead and fill the mixer up like we're supposed to. See how Roy has it cocked up. And we're going to go ahead and throw 3 bags in there. And we'll say call that good. Add water, obviously. And you notice down below we have bricks so we can stand on them. Otherwise we're a little too short to get it up there like what we're doing. Here's all your vitamins and minerals. Ready? Good buckshot. You want to cock that, drag it over here. Hold this. Gotta get you a better view. What's going on here? Let's see, that looks good. Water to the back. Get that back to fall first. Moisture again will come to the front. You can see how much water you need by how it's dropping inside. Here we're making it a little wetter, just make it easier for us. A little bit of water to rinse the barrel while we kind of let it set. Okay, let's go fill the brick. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and fill the corner one first, and then come this way. Just let the shovel flat, let them both go. Damping the air out. Need that.
Too loud.
We need that. Need something smooth. That's thing to smooth the cement.
Oh, right there. That's what you do.
He never did that. This gives you an idea. Oops. That was a quick shot. It gives you an idea of how much that bolt's sticking up, which realistically I just stuff another brick or something. Well, that's gonna be good enough for this one. There we go.
You want that one too?
Yeah.
We're working our way this way. Oh, you're fill them all?
Yep. Well, we got a few more holes. We got 3 holes there, 4 holes there to fill up. And I ran out of cement, so I'm gonna head to Windlock and go buy my wildest guess of 3 bags of 60 pounders. So be back.